Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Is Her. I'm your host, Raja, and I am joined by my co-host, John.
You wanted to say betraying.
I did want to say betraying.
It's fine.
But...
This is only the second take.
Take two.
Yes.
Tony Storm's not here, but we wish she was.
No, she's not. We were trying to think, because she always calls me something, right? And
right.
Only so much of it can make error, but she started the first take with betraying, and I'm like, what did I betray?
It didn't go over
I
well.
thought I was being called out for something I didn't know.
No, we're all good here.
Everyone else is betraying.
There are a lot of betrayals happening.
Betrayal.
Back and forth here, and earlier than we expected.
A little early.
But we are here to talk about some good old Stardom.
We are.
We had a show in Korakuen Hall on October 2nd, which is only a mere 3 days before the pay-per-view.
A mere.
Yes. And so there were preludes aplenty.
Yes.
That we need to dive into, and some crazy stuff happened, honestly.
There was some weird stuff.
Some stuff that we were definitely not expecting. So why don't we just dive right in? And talk about these matches. Starting on the opposite side of the card as what I suspected when we did our preview of this show last time.
Well,
I went backwards.
If somebody started at the end and went, I don't guess they could do that.
They listened to it backwards.
In
it's
reverse.
Fine.
All right.
We started with Aya Sakura and Tam Nakano versus Suzu Suzuki and Azumi, which I assumed would be the main event because it's got the prelude for the Red Belt match.
It was the main event in some ways.
But having seen the show now, I kind of understand why they went this direction.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But this match started as you would expect with Tam and Suzu, very intense, just staring at each other across the ring from corner to corner.
Not what I expected.
Suzu was just kind of standing there. She didn't really move at all, and Tam stalked across the ring to get to her, and they did the forehead touch.
Yeah, I expected Crush Gals, Evil Alliance.
Just going for it, just walloping each other. No, but Tam was the first to strike, and Suzu for a good minute or two just let Tam hit her over and over
Seems
again.
very Suzu, though.
It was kind of just get it out.
Just get it out of me.
And then when Suzu struck back, she just took Tam down and immediately threw her in a sleeper hold.
I'm going to talk about the Netflix series again. Maybe she tasted her own blood.
Maybe.
Wait for that and get you fired up.
But Tam was quick to get to the ropes when Suzu put on that sleeper hold. It's Suzu sank it in deep, and she was like, nope.
No, can't play around with that.
Following that, they got up and did a couple of kicks that missed each other, and then they just slowly backed away towards the corners to tag out. It was a cool opening spot.
I felt like because of Amir giving us the 3 days.
Yes, just a mere 3 days.
Yes, Amir's 3 days. Hello, I'm Amir. This is my 3 days.
Thank you, Amir.
You're welcome. But I feel like because of Amir, that they were maybe saving a little bit. It's kind of what I felt when I watched Ricochet and Will Ospreay after 7 years getting back into wrestling again.
Right.
It felt like they left a little on the table because they kind of knew.
Yeah.
There's such a thing in this world as promoters.
Right.
And we're on free TV.
Yeah.
So
why don't we just save a little bit of that?
So let's just play the greatest hits.
Yeah.
And that's that. It's very mimicking of that, type of thing, because
Absolutely.
I felt like we got Tam spots, we got Suzu spots.
Yes.
But we didn't get what we're going to get on the pay-per-view.
No, this was definitely not a brawl like we thought it was going to be.
Listen, it's real sports. Do you want to get hurt? Imagine UFC had a Amir. and two of the guys that's going to be in your main event
had a little spar.
Yeah, had a little spar, a little open training,
a 5-minute spar
against one another.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't go down well.
But it's not for the prize money, right?
Right, they're not going to go all out.
No, you're going to go pip 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 pip. You're not going to give the big pip 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 pip.
Absolutely. And while this match wasn't as crazy as their other preludes, there were some crazy stuff that happened, Suzu dragging Tam backstage and then coming out on the stands at Korakuen Hall and kicking her down the stairs.
Kind of fourth walled it for me.
It was crazy. They did their big moves on each other and both kicked out at one.
Yeah.
They were just defiant. They were not having it. This match ended because Azumi double stomped Aya Sakura. Yes, those two were also in this match for some time.
Yeah.
And got the pin on her. And Aya Sakura was fantastic in this match. Her kicks on Azumi were like devastating looking. Like they were some of the hardest kicks I've seen her throw.
Let's talk about that. So a lot of times when you're doing a kick, especially like Aya Sakura, who is Karate Girl.
Yes.
You get a little, it's not leg slap in Stardom, but you get some like kind of shin pad to the chest,
right?
To the extended
sound,
to the extended chest. It makes a great sound, right?
Yes.
And I'll take that over leg slaps any day.
Yeah,
but
it's a great sound,
and you get a thud sometimes. This was dirty.
It looked like it. Hurt.
This was nasty.
Yeah, I think Aya might be still feeling that loss to Rena. She's a little
Dude, she laid it in. Listen, when you get to Korakuen Hall, the Korakuen Hall crowd is maybe the smartest of the smart fans on the planet.
Right.
They've seen some shit, right? They've seen everything.
Absolutely.
7 days a week, you go to wrestling in Tokyo.
Yeah.
They've seen some shit. So when they're sitting there and they're like, ugh.
You know it's bad.
Yeah, you know it's bad. And then it's like the second one. I didn't have to replay that because the second one, first one's like, ooh, and then the second one, ooh.
Yeah, it just kept going.
I was like, holy shit, she owes her money.
I was not sure. Like, she was not playing around, but she did take the pin in this match. And backstage, Tam was like, oh, this was the last prelude and your face still makes me want to barf. And, Tam. And Suzu and Izumi talking about how this is the first time they've ever teamed up and how it went pretty well. They meshed pretty well together. Every tag team in Neo Genesis pretty much meshes well together.
Interchangeable like nothing I've ever seen.
And one of the craziest things to come out of this feud, surprisingly, because there have been a lot of crazy things, on X, it was revealed that Tam Nakano made a doll of Suzu Suzuki. Like a Bratz doll looking thing with like the red and black, like her gear.
Yeah.
And she says she talks to it because Suzu said that Tam doesn't understand how she feels. So she said she talks to the doll and the doll tells her to shut up. And so she ends up yelling back at it. So that's where we're at in this red belt feud. Making dolls of each other. Well, at least one of them.
So is it a voodoo doll?
I feel like it might be. You have been saying how much Tam looks like a witch lately.
She does.
I think it might be a voodoo doll.
But oddly enough, so does Suzu.
Yes, they both have very much witchy vibes. I think that's only going to be amplified at the pay-per-view.
It is October and it's Stardom.
That's true. It's fair.
Let's not put that into existence.
She brings the doll in the ring and bends it, and Suzu's like, ah.
Let's take this down for a moment.
Okay.
I'm moving my mic a little bit. Right. I got to get a little bass in my voice.
Yes.
I never listen Stardom. I know some of you girls listen to the show. You have to go out of your way to force Okada-san into never, ever repeating the sins of the past Halloween show. I never want to see that dog shit again.
It was a terrible show.
Especially that god-awful multi-match.
Oh, God. The whole thing was crazy.
It was so bad. Oh, God.
I kind of wiped it from my memory.
Oh, Raka.
Oh, yeah. The Ruaka match was terrible.
Oh, God, the reveal.
It was, so anticlimactic.
Oh,
we were, at that point already, we were, hating life. And then that happened, and we were like, why are we here?
but we were, defense attorneys.
Yes.
We were defending.
We were trying.
We were defending the hell out of everything. And that show happened. I think that might be one episode where we're like.
I think we came on here and we were like, what just happened?
Yeah.
So please never do that again.
Yeah, never want to see that again.
So no voodoo dolls in the ring, please, Tam.
Yeah, no voodoo dolls. I don't know. I didn't say that.
You're like, oh, wait, hold on. Maybe.
I didn't say that. I've seen voodoo dolls put to good use in a ring before.
Oh, no.
They can be fun.
I think I'd rather just see them punch each other.
You don't want to see Suzu controlled by a voodoo doll?
It sounds funny, but
with Suzu,
not in the middle of my title match.
But with Suzu especially, right?
Yes, with Suzu especially, it would be funny.
Make her do the Thriller dance?
Because she would hate it and she would come for blood after that.
All right. No voodoo dolls.
So Suzu and Izumi won this match.
Yes.
Woo. It was a good opener.
Woo.
They did what they should in an opener and
thank you.
Did not steal the show like we thought they might.
It's almost like they had an old veteran in the back going, look, girls, I know you're all main eventers. Well, hi. What's your name, honey? Okay. I know 3 of you are main eventers. Listen, it's an opening match. I don't give a damn if your name's Hogan or Flair or Luthez. Listen, you go out there and you give it a little bit, give it a lot, make it good. Don't do too much. No blood, no high spots. We're good.
Yep. Pretty much.
Stick to your damn time.
In the second match, we had Miyu Amasaki teaming up with Hina and Tomoka Inaba to take on Ruaka, Rina, and Azusa Inaba.
Sister.
So this was practically just a prelude for the Future of Stardom title match between Miyu and Rina. They started it off with each other. We got some good Tomoka versus Azusa moments in this match. And in her backstage comments, Tomoka actually mentioned that this was the first time they'd had a chance to go at it with each other in the ring. And she's looking forward to doing that more often. And she talked about how Azusa has gone dark side and how she's still her sister and she loves her, but she's going to destroy her because she's God's Eye and Azusa is hate. So it's in the contract, I think.
They're both kind of dark side.
But this was a good match. It brought out some of that fire from Miyu that we're probably going to see in the singles match. But just thinking about Rina in her Future of Stardom title defenses, it really just feels like I know Miyu's coming up on the time. She talked about how her 3 years in Stardom since her debut is coming up, like in March. She doesn't have a lot of time left to win the Future of Stardom title. So she's got to do it here, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but does she have to give it up if she wins it? Like...
I guess so. I mean, once you hit that 3-year mark, you just hand it over, vacate it, maybe?
So if I was in Vegas and I was making odds, 10-1, she does not win it.
Really?
Yeah.
You really don't think Rina's going to drop it here?
Nope, Rina's not going to drop it.
I don't want Rina to drop it. I think Rina's the best thing to ever happen to Stardom and the Future of Stardom title.
I think it's a good match, but I'll be upset if Rina loses it with the run she's had.
Yeah, just here so suddenly.
It feels anticlimactic.
It does. Because there wasn't much of a build for Miyu, was there?
It was a forced build.
Yeah.
It was a forced build. And a real build has time and organic parts to it.
Yeah.
This didn't have any organic parts to it. They followed the formula. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's not cold.
No.
But it's still formulaic.
Yeah, but she just challenged her last weekend.
Yeah, no.
A New Blood.
No, I just don't.
I don't either. I'd rather Rina keep it, honestly.
Rina needs to keep this belt because she's made it mean so damn much.
Yeah, it feels like there needs to be a really, really big moment for her to drop this belt at this point. This will be her 13th defense.
Listen, I thought having Hina was the moment.
I thought so too. I was so shocked when that didn't happen.
Unless they unearth a fourth sister.
They've got a younger one that's coming up.
Yeah, even Anuba was something fresh,
Yeah.
But we do have others that I wouldn't mind to see there that were on loan to Marigold.
Yeah.
Just one in particular that I would love to see in Stardom, but
you just not naming names.
I digress.
But Ruaka was the one who got the win in this match.
Yeah.
She did her chokeslam powerbomb finish on Hina, so that's the second loss for Hina in 2 weeks.
What happened to the Hina push?
Pins. I don't know. She lost that Future of Stardom title match, and now she's taking pins left and right.
She went to shit and hogs ate her. It's been. Listen, it's ebbs and flows, but it seemed like she had a little bit of a push going.
It did. I thought Hina was getting some steam behind her, but I don't know. I guess not. At this point,
we'll find out.
After that, we had a singles match where Momo Watanabe took on Momo Kogo.
Yes.
And I don't have much to say about this match other than the fact that Momo Kogo got her butt kicked, as we kind of expected.
She did, but Momo Kogo had been getting quite a little, not a push, but a shine.
Yeah, but it's different when you're one-on-one in the ring against Momo Watanabe.
We love Momo Watanabe, and I'm starting to get an affinity for Momo Kogo.
Momo Kogo has grown so much in the past
even though I have
months.
to say her name like I'm watching Powerpuff Girls. Momo Kogo.
You could call her Komomo like everyone else.
Komomo.
But Momo Watanabe did win this match with the B driver, and backstage afterwards, Momo Kogo was kind of like, you don't really need all this heel stuff to win matches. You're good enough, and I don't think that you should be doing this stuff. And she kind of was like, we should team up and wrestle together. I don't know where that even came from.
It was a kick to the head.
Maybe. But, Momo Watanabe didn't respond to that. She was just talking about how she's got a match in Diana. She's going everywhere.
Momo Watanabe is not a babyface.
No.
Even if you tell her she's a babyface, she's not going to be a babyface. At this point, we can't trust a damn thing that girl says.
No, and I love her for it.
Yeah,
I do want to say in her backstage comments in the English translation, she called Momo Kogo a mook. She was like, that's how you handle those mooks. Like, okay. Is that what we're going with now?
Okay.
She's just so like checked out of the Stardom timeline right now. She's like, I just want to go do other stuff and beat up other people, like new people that I haven't got to beat up yet. It's so funny to me.
Right.
But she's got that tag title, so she's going to have to check back in pretty soon for the tag league.
I just think it's her.
It is. It's just her attitude. After that, we saw Nanami, Lady C, Rana Yagami, and Shiri versus Rion, Hanako, Waka Tsukiyama, and Xena. And Nanami was in this match filling in for Saki Kashima, who took this show off with injury. And she was still ringside, so that's nice to see.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
She was still there supporting. But Nanami is God's eye, so she was able to just come and fill in real quick for Saki. It didn't really do much good other than the fact that Nanami got the pin in this match.
Yeah.
Like, okay. She just comes in here as a fill-in, does that bridging Northern Light suplex on Rion and gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Rion.
It's Rion. It's a nice suplex.
Oh, this match, it started really fun with Lady C and Hanako doing like the big boy power moves on each other.
Yeah.
And then it just devolved into Waka Tsukiyama.
Yeah, there was a lot of Waka and Waka
God love her.
and her newer gear. So.
It was like your standard God's Eye versus EXSB. They all got their moves in. Shiri got in and started kicking the crap out of people. It was fun.
Yeah.
But we were cracking up half the time.
Yeah, it was something. Waka put on a show.
Yes. Yes, she did. Following that, we saw Koguma and Hazuki, FWC, take on the team of Mei Seira and Starlight Kid.
Very excited for this one. And
oh my goodness.
It didn't let me down. It just got kind of brawly real quick.
It did. Can we talk about the press conference for the pay-per-view for a second?
Absolutely.
Because Hazuki was so like not interested in being at the press conference, and Starlight Kid looked so disgusted.
Oh yeah.
She made this face that's like that little girl meme where it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody that's really defending of the company. She is Stardom. She should be Stardom Kid.
She should. And she's not been a fan of the way Hazuki's been acting.
No, because she's been very unbecoming of a Stardom athlete, I think, in her eyes. And especially with the fact she represents stars.
She does,
you know? So I think Starlight always has a bit of an affinity for stars.
Yeah,
no
because,
matter what.
I mean, it's home. It's the first home.
Like, she had to expand past it.
Yeah.
And out of that shadow.
Yeah.
But I think she's always going to have love, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to.
So, anytime. Of course, and she also don't want to see one of her friends go dark side.
No, she doesn't want that for what happened to her to happen to somebody else.
Yeah, even though Hazuki had the best time of her life with dark side. But,
Oedo Tai Hazuki.
It was very interesting, especially since we thought we were kind of through sad Hazuki.
Yeah, it was weird seeing her so like blasé at the press conference because we thought she was past that after last Korakuen Hall show.
Yeah.
But she came out here for this show and she was totally into the match. She was ready to go, and it just, like you said, completely went off the rails with brawling.
Yeah, no, they beat the shit out of each other really quick.
My notes say things got out of hand. The East sign was involved.
Yeah, they went full east side.
The Korakuen Hall, if you've never seen a show at Korakuen Hall, they have the east, west, north, south signs. They're metal, hanging like right above the bleachers. So every once in a while, a wrestler will take another wrestler and just slam their head right into those metal signs.
It's normally east side.
Yes, and then they were just out there brawling. They got up on the stage where the English, team was.
Yeah.
And chased them off away from their table and started brawling on the stage, just beating the crap out of each other until the 20 count happened. And it was a double count out because they could not stop fighting.
Yeah, and Hazuki did a really great job here of being pissed off, walking to the back. And Starlight was same. She was
they're just so mad.
Starlight was walking off honestly, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but like a 5-year-old really mad.
Yeah.
And it was just that walk. That
Yeah.
This match, I'm really looking forward to it.
It was a fun prelude for that singles match that they're having. And Starlight Kid did call out. She was like, I don't know which Hazuki I'm going to get at the pay-per-view, but I know which one I want.
I know. I'm looking forward to this one now, about like I was looking forward to Tam. And
there's a lot of fighting going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of brawly.
It's crazy,
and that's good. And
I love it.
And a lot more singles matches than normal too.
Yeah, there are quite a few. Even one that makes so random sense that I love it.
Personally, I feel that you couldn't build the show any better than the show we left with last time.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that was the perfect go home.
Yeah.
And I think that anything else, we were kind of left with these matches. There was good shit happen. But it felt like it was almost like you had to book it +1.
Yeah, it's this is just that little extra that you didn't really need.
Yeah, somebody called.
We were already sold.
Jimmy from Korakuen called, and he was like, oh, hey, we got this date opened up. I can give it to you for half price. Well, we've already done our go. Well, I'll give it to you for a quarter price.
Just come on, it's open.
Okay, all right, we can do this.
My guess is that they fit this show in real quick solely for this next match.
Yeah.
Solely for this moment. This match was Tekla, Sayaka Mitani, Konami, and Natsuko Tora versus Sayaka Kurara, Yuna Mizumori, Sariano, and Natsupoi. And this 8-man tag was an elimination match, which is always fun. They have these in Korakuen Hall every so often. You get eliminated by getting pinned, submitted, or thrown over the top rope with your feet hitting the floor.
It's been a minute, but we love these.
Yes, and we were kind of shocked because as soon as Yuna got pinned, really early in the match, I was like, is that it? Is that the end of the match?
Yeah,
but then she just rolled out and they started again. I was like, oh, elimination.
We totally missed the elimination part. We're usually good with understanding what they're saying in the intros, but we totally missed it this time. So
it was a fun surprise.
Yeah.
So we started off here, as one does, with Natsupoi and Tekla. And they, Tekla's still doing her, let's be respectful. Let's have a clean match.
Right.
Nobody's going to interfere. It's going to be fun. So they did their dance. Then Sayaka Kurara gets in and faces off with Sayaka Mitani, who she's currently got a little feud going on with because she pinned her at the last Korakuen Hall show, and they have a singles match at the pay-per-view, which is insanity in my mind, but I love it at the same time. And not soon after that, we had our first elimination where Yuna was pinned by Natsuko Tora to be eliminated. And then Kurara and Sayaka Mitani get in again. They're fighting. They're going all over the place. They go over the top rope, fighting on the apron, and they both get kicked off at the same time. Eliminated simultaneously.
It was nice, though.
Sariano quickly eliminated Natsuko Tora after that with the pottering, which is always a fun move to see. And then Sariano was fighting with Konami on the outside. They had both gone over the top rope because Konami tried to go to the top in a over-the-top rope elimination match. You never do that. You never go to the top rope because you just get shoved off like she did. And so they're fighting out there, and Tekla's trying to help. She's trying to help Konami get Sariano off. She can't. So she goes back to the ropes, hits the ropes, but at the same time, Natsupoi comes in and hits the ropes with her, and they both go running across the ring and kick the opposite people off into elimination. So they're the only two left. We got Natsupoi and Tekla here working together to eliminate people, but that just leaves them one-on-one, and they just start wailing on each other.
Yes.
The shots they traded in this ring were devastating.
They went full Orca.
And at this point, Tekla's still playing it up. She's still, nice Tekla at this point. And there was even a point when Momo Watanabe came out and got on the ringside apron with her bat. And Tekla was like, no, don't come in here. But she's very dramatic about it. She was like, no, don't do it. And I was like, Tekla, calm down. But now I can see she was actually just acting.
Yeah, Momo's being freaking Momo. And I said at the time, don't trust her.
Absolutely. So in the midst of Tekla and Natsupoi trading shots, Tekla ducks and kind of pulls Daichi. I don't know if I'm guessing she intentionally pulled Daichi, but she kind of just had her hand on him and she pulled him at the last second, and Poi beamed him in the face with a kick. Just completely knocked the crap out of Daichi.
Yeah. Almost made a second Daichi.
I was like, what? So they're standing there. They're wrestling. No ref. And out of nowhere, who slides into the ring? Who? But one Clark Connors of Bullet Club War Dogs. It was a shock, to say the least. This is if you had asked me a list of ways that Tekla was going to betray Natsupoi in this story, Clark Connors would not have been on that list or anywhere near it.
Well, listen, do you know what this is?
What? That's the sound of your bingo card being torn up?
It's exactly. 2024? It's my 2024 bingo card.
I was in shock. He speared Natsupoi to hell. Okay?
Yeah.
He did not pull any punches.
Looked like a rhino hitting a deer.
Oh my God. So he does that. They get the ref back in. Tekla gets the win. And we're clearly in Tekla's world now, because we talked about how we thought this was all mind games.
Yes.
But we thought she was going to wait till the pay-per-view to devastate Poi and turn on her and tell her that this had all been fake. But no, she did it here with the help of Clark Connors of all people, and basically told Natsupoi that she hates her.
Yeah.
And that she made her cry back in 2022, and now Tekla's going to make Poi cry those same tears, make her feel that same feeling that she felt all those years ago.
I just too sweet at you.
Yes, too sweet. And
so we got the too sweet in the ring.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was the last thing I was expecting.
One of the coolest things, because I wanted listen, I come from the school of, if you own them, why not?
Why not do it?
So we've not really had a faction that, we've had women in factions with men in the same place. We've had, and vice versa. But having a faction that would go in between.
Yeah, I know across New Japan and Stardom.
I know we're not there, because we're talking about Bullet Club War Dogs and we're talking about hate.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be kind of cool if it was Bullet Club Hate?
It would be cool to have a female version of Bullet Club, I think.
And we do anyway. And it's just as hated.
Yeah.
No pun intended. as the god awfulness that happens with Bullet Club.
Bullet Club, House of Torture level shenanigans.
Right. I was trying not to say the HOT thing.
Sorry.
But
dare not say the word.
Yeah, no. The only thing hot about them is their initials. But, the whole thing is that this is cool.
It is. It was really cool.
It's interesting, and good, bad, or indifferent, when you get Clark Connors spearing a fairy out of her boots.
Jesus Christ.
Because fairy wear boots, you got to believe me.
Yes.
I saw it. I tell you no lies. But, this happened, and holy crap, time stopped for a second. They got some real good heat in the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's going. I love that.
Yes, me too.
I love it, because I would expect a Gabe Kidd, with Tekla.
Yeah.
So this is interesting.
But now Clark Connors is here. They went backstage and they're just talking about how she's thanking him for showing up and doing his work. And he's like, yeah, it was fun. I even got to kill a bitch. That's basically what he said. I was like, okay. And they're talking about going to get a drink after and all that. They're in good spirits. And Natsupoi comes back there and basically just collapses and starts crying on the ground until Sariano comes out and's like, hey, what happened? Are you okay? And hugs her. And it was so sad just
So I've got a question
to see
for
the
you.
defeat on her face.
What happens if that door is not forbidden?
No.
That door's just open.
Yeah.
So if I saw a man or even Clark Connors hit a girl in my presence.
Yeah.
Now, I'm all about, me. I'm Mr. Girl Power.
Yes.
But it's physics.
There are things.
This was ridiculous.
There are things that was a bad one.
So
she wasn't expecting it.
So wouldn't it be nice if we had another male from New Japan come in to be there against Clark Connors?
That would be cool. Like someone seconding Boy.
I thought about all together, but it's way early for the build on that.
Yeah, historic crossover. Clark Connors did say the word crossover very suggestively in their backstage comments.
Okay, all right.
It's in November, so we're still quite a little ways out from that, but we already surmised that Tekla was going to be teaming up with the Bullet Club, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a long build, right? We were just arguing about that. So
yeah, and Natsupoi in the past has teamed up with Taichi along with Tam Nakano, so they're good friends, as I understand it, so maybe he would take exception to Clark Connors.
I like to see Natsupoi with Shooter.
Yeah, that would be cool. They've got a similar vibe.
They've got the same glow. They see the same skincare people. I would like to see them glow together.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But this was insane, and it made me want to see the match even more. Oh, ELP would be a great Natsupoi
like Team Fairy.
Crossover team up.
I mean, they both have that like Ferrarial whatever.
Yeah, and she'd do the heart with him. Like it'd be so cute.
Yeah, because he is cute. He does cute things.
He is. He's a cutie.
He's wonderful to kids,
and he's a great wrestler.
Yeah. Okay, I'm voting.
We're voting for ELP. Team up with Natsupoi. It did make me want to see the match like even more. I'm just infinitely interested in this storyline right now.
That's a lot of interest.
I thought this was just going to be more of Tekla doing the same and maybe like telling Hate to back off and waiting to do the big turn, but this was crazy.
No, this is another level of treachery.
Yeah, it's horrible, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, me too. I'm all for it.
And then in the main event, because we had more after that happened, Mina Shirakawa, Maika, and Timeless Toni Storm took on Hanan, Saya Iida, and Mayu Iwatani.
Unfortunately, my bingo card was also my sheet of notes for this last page.
That's all right. We're almost done.
I meant to rip up the previous page. So
this match started off with a good old power struggle between Saya Iida and Maika. Same generation talent here, going at it with their muscles in the ring.
The muscles were present.
They were very present.
But Maika was unlike any Maika I've ever seen.
Yes. Toni Storm was definitely an innovator in this match as far as getting Maika to do stuff outside of her normal wheelhouse, including hip attacks to the head, Waka Tsukiyama style, in the middle of the ring, all three of them.
It's Toni Storm style.
It is at this point.
Tony did that way before Waka.
Yes. The grabbing onto the hair and doing the butt to the head just makes me think of Waka at this point.
Yeah, I got you.
But they also did the triple butt cheeks to the face in the corner, which is even worse in Stardom because there's like no give to those turnbuckle pads when you're taking someone's ass to the face.
There's a whole lot of ass in this fuck. This was an assy match.
There was, but I loved in this match that Toni Storm took so much, and like this felt like a regular Stardom match with everyone doing their regular stuff, and Toni Storm was just in there getting it. Like she took the face buster from all three of them.
Toni Storm is a star. And she gives, though. Like, we've honestly...
She knows what she's doing.
We've been hard on her before for giving too much.
Yeah.
and because she sells, like, incredible, but often.
Yes.
And sometimes you just want to see her mop the floor with someone, because she can.
Yeah.
But this was great, like you said. I mean, they did all the things you would ask of one of the normal Stardom girls, but it's Toni Storm. I would expect no less. She's a very giving person.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to see her take a Hanan special, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a rough move, okay?
Yeah, she made it look not so
And Hanan, like, her kick through the ropes.
Yes.
Like, Toni was in this match, and I absolutely loved it. She could have just stood out there and let Mina and Maika take most of the match.
She could have showed up for just a pay-per-view we talked about.
She did not. The end of this match was done with Storm Zero on Mayu just to get her out of the way, for a show. And then a Storm Zero on Hanan for the pin. So that EXV plus Toni Storm got the win.
Yes. And it was, that's how you want to go home.
Yes, and Toni got the mic. You know, she did her song and dance. She told Mayu that she's taking the belt home in Nagoya. She did a little pose with the belt and then just kind of dropped it on top of Mayu. Are we going to talk
about the lariat?
I think we have to talk about Toni's claims across this tour in general.
Yeah.
Like, before we talk about that one, because it's insane, she told Tokyo Sports that she's been talking to Antonio Inoki since she got to Japan.
Nightly.
She said this to Tokyo Sports. I love this woman. And then at the press conference, with Mayu sitting there and a translator having to write all of this down to translate to Mayu Iwatani, Toni Storm talked about her 3-month love affair with Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Yes.
And in the midst of which he gave her a lariat without using his arms.
Yeah.
And I think the other iconic quote was, Godzilla doesn't have my thighs, Mothra doesn't have my flaps, and when I win the IWGP Women's title in Nagoya, Japan will crumble at my feet. That's hard to forget.
Listen, that should be a t-shirt.
I love her so much.
Me too. Just because she says flaps.
Oh my God.
That girl is insane.
She's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. I love her so much.
And watching them translate it all to Mayu and watching Mayu process it. And then when she threw her shoe at Mayu Iwatani, Mayu runs.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And it's a hell of a shoe, by the way.
It was. It was a really great shoe. Nice shoe.
Yeah, hell of a shoe.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for this match.
It's great.
I just want to say, though, in our last show, we talked about how much we love the idea of Juice Robinson and Toni Storm because of their character work. And I just saw a Juice Robinson interview where someone asked him about living with Toni Storm. And he said that she may be black and white on TV, but living with her personally, it's all color all the time. It was actually very romantic the way he said it. He was very cute.
Did he talk like... living with her,
of course,
in person, it's all color all the time, baby.
Basically, yeah. He did say that she has lost the plot and that she's got a few nuts missing, but
well, I mean, yeah.
So does he. So
you can imagine. I mean,
true love.
They're the best. They are. I want them to be that crazy.
Her character work cracks me up so much, and I just love her to death, and I cannot wait to see this match.
I agree with you. She's the best.
I feel like this match is going to blow all expectations out of the water.
She is also, once again, set the bar for celebrities and stars from other places coming in and doing a shot to what it should be. A small tour and then the match.
Yes, and showing up for all the dates, you know, and all the press conferences.
Not just a damn video.
And doing interviews about talking to Antonio Inoki's ghost. Oh, God, I love her. It was a good way to end this night of craziness, I believe. And that brings us to Nagoya Golden Fight on October 5th, which is going to be a hell of a card. We're starting off with a 5-way battle royal for the next high-speed challenge, in which we will see Momo Kogo versus Yuna Mizumori versus Rana Yagami versus Hina versus Koguma. Now, there's only one, certified high-speed wrestler in this match.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's a 5-way battle royal tells me that it's a great chance to do something absolutely cuckoo bananas here and give someone totally random a high-speed title shot.
Yeah, I think it'll be cuckoo bananas all the way, but it definitely should be Koguma, especially if we're going to lose Hazuki.
Yeah.
Because that would give her a purpose.
It would, and she is the high-speed genius, but I'm going Yuna Mizumori. Okay. That's my pick. I want it for Yuna.
All right, I'm going Koguma because that's
the smart pick.
I mean, it's the good money.
She's the high-speed genius. After that, there will be a 4-way tag team match where Mei Seira and Azumi will take on Aya Sakura and Sariano, and Lady C and Shiri, and Saya Ida and Hanan. So just, 4 tag teams fighting in the ring.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those crazy multi-mans. I could feel it. I can feel it already.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to have a weird finish to it as well.
Probably. I mean, there's probably going to be a little bit of shenanigans with this many people.
I think Saya, Ida, and Hanan go all the way with it.
You're going Wingori?
Yeah.
I can't. I have to vote for Starbomb. I think Maesara and Izumi are going to win and cement themselves as a spectacular tag team.
I would, but I think out of people that can be doing something,
yeah,
and we need tag team challengers,
fair,
that having Wingori in the outside of New Blood and really on the top tier, because they both deserve top tier.
They do deserve top tier.
So top tier for them in world tag titles would be fantastic.
It would be. I have a feeling they're going to go do great things in tag league this year.
So I would like to see them get that bump now.
After that, we have a couple of singles matches, starting with Sayaka Kurara versus Saya Kamatani. And as much as I want to believe that our girl Sayaka is going to get in here and get the pin on Saya Kamatani for the second time, I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's totally going to happen. Listen, you don't want to beat a big star. And just leave it at that, because then it kind of stinks. And it's kind of like, oh, did she lose to her?
It's like, oh no.
If you do a fun story with it, and ultimately, obviously,
right,
Kamatani wins this,
right?
But I really think that
you think she gets another one over on her.
I think a slip,
just real quick,
some kind of slip, some kind of something.
She hits her with the Tokimeki spear,
yeah, man,
or the cutter.
I don't think she's going to win like that.
You think it's going to be real quick, real slippery?
Like Kamatani falls off the rope or something. Like I feel like the story progresses by doing the 1, 2, 3 kid thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna vote for Sayaka because I love her and because she deserves it. And also, I think there's something kind of going on with Saya Kamatani where it's like, oh, you're not taking this seriously. Right. Like, since you got into this place at this Dark Phoenix thing going on.
Yeah, I think this could be some kind of wake-up call.
Yeah. Next singles match, Hazuki versus Starlight Kid. Holy crap.
There's not going to be a winner.
No, we all lose here.
Yeah. I'm not picking anybody on this because they're all going to die.
I'm going to pick Starlight Kid. I just think why would you make SLK lose here? I know Hazuki's been on the come up and everything, but I think losing with grace would be good for her.
I think time limit draw would be better for both.
Time limit draw would be, I mean, they just had a draw, so it's totally possible to happen again.
God damn it. They're not going to do 2 draws.
Well, it wasn't really a draw. It was a double count out. But if they went, like, if these two get to wrestle for a full 15, 20 minutes, I'll be happy as
if they go trilogy, then another draw would make sense.
I'm gonna pick Starlight Kid because she's amazing, but literally anything could happen in this match, so it's hard.
This one's hard. I'm going TLD, but we'll just see.
All right. After that, we'll see the 12-person tag team match, a little breaking up between the first of the card and the big matches at the end of the card. This match consists of Rion, Hanako, Waka Tsukiyama, Xena, Mina Shirakawa, and Maika, the full force of E-Nexus V, versus Ruaka, Konami, Momo Watanabe, Natsuka Tora, Zap, and Dump Matsumoto.
Okay. I mean, do we...
Is there even a choice here? Like...
Bro.
Dump Matsumoto is going to get the win for this.
Bro,
on this.
Dump Matsumoto. If Dump Matsumoto's team loses... I quit wrestling.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
What are we even doing here?
Why are we even trying?
I want to see everyone get hit with the kendo stick and then like...
Yeah, this needs to just be good fun.
It will be. It'll be fun.
What I want to see is the hell with Marvelous. I want to see Chigusa run out.
You want a Chigusa run in for E-Nexus V?
Oh, yeah.
Why not? I mean,
dude,
how
good would it have been to have Chigusa against Dump?
It would have been really great. Just stick her with the Nexus V. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool. Like, seeing Chigusa and Maika team up sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does.
Following that, we have...
After that damn pro thing we just watched.
The protest.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was so fun. If you haven't seen it, Marvelous, that's Women's Pro Wrestling, put up a protest of one of their trainees on YouTube. Jesus. The full protest of her
45 minutes
doing her entire test in front of Chigusa Nagayo and Takumi Iroha. And
yeah, it was awesome.
It was so good. It was so much fun to watch.
It was the best. I watched it twice.
It's really enjoyable. Yes. Now we get into
that was hard, wasn't it?
The meat and potatoes. That now was stuck.
That now was stuck.
The meat and potatoes of the card. 4 major championship matches.
4 big, huge matches.
Starting with the IWGP Women's World Championship, Mayu Iwatani versus Toni Storm.
Okay.
And we've gone back and forth a million times about this and who's going to win and who we want to win. But I have such a hard time voting against Mayu in big matches.
Okay, listen. Every thread of my body wants Toni Storm to win. Okay, but it's so much better for Mayu Iwatani to win this.
It is.
But it just depends. What are we doing? Are we getting to 1-4? Are we going to have a rematch? Are we going to do, because Mayu has a lot of demons to bury, though.
Yeah.
And I would love to see her be able to do that.
Yeah.
The funniest thing in the world would be for Toni to get in there and feign a leg injury on the outside of the ring. Or
like a couple minutes.
Or an elbow injury or something, act like she hurt her elbow.
Oh, no.
And, it'd just be interesting.
It would be. And I don't think this is going to go off without a hitch. I suspect that there might be some Mariah May involvement, perhaps, or Mina Shirakawa. Maybe she's actually on Mariah's side.
I feel like we're building for the new year.
We are, yes. And we have that Mayu Iwatani Azumi match hanging, just waiting there for the IWGP belt. So it's difficult to imagine that Mayu's going to drop the belt here, but it's going to be a great match regardless.
I can't wait to see it, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm just going to say...
Who did you pick, though?
Mayu Iwatani.
Okay. Me too. Oh, I can't wait. Following that, we'll see the Future of Stardom belt be contested with Rina putting it on the line against Miyu Amasaki.
I think we're split on this.
I don't want to be. I want Rina to keep it.
But you feel the build is Miyu.
Miyu.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so quick, and it seems like they're trying to get the belt on Miyu Amasaki before she's not.
Don't let me talk
anymore.
you into it. You had Amasaki winning this in your brain when we started this.
I know. I feel like Miyu's gonna win. I don't want her to.
Just go with your heart.
No offense, Kevin, but I want Rina to keep it. But I do think Miyu Amasaki is probably gonna win. I said that about Hina, though. I said it about Hina, and it didn't happen. So
I think you said that about the last 4 challengers.
No, not about Nanami. About Rana, maybe. And I really wanted Sayaka to win, but that's beside the point.
Okay.
Rina's a great champion, okay? In the semi-main event for the Wonder of Stardom Championship, Natsupoi versus Tekla. And we talked about this match before, and you said that you thought if Tekla went crazy side, she would win. But we didn't think that was going to happen before the match. So now Natsupoi has time to prepare herself for crazy Tekla.
Natsupoi wins this match now.
Yeah, she's going to prepare, and she's going to be diabolical, I feel.
You can never pull your dark side out early.
No, you can't show your card.
No.
She showed her entire hand before the game started.
No, that's like saying, I'm going to have a beautiful relationship with you. I may cheat on the 3rd week. It's a good chance somebody's going to check your phone on the 3rd week.
I'm ready to start dating you seriously, even though I slept with someone last night.
Yeah.
Like, now that's out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Come on.
She showed her cards, and...
The smart thing would have been for her to keep it to the chest until they got in the ring, and then spring it on her so she doesn't have time to prepare.
Yeah, and listen...
But heels are going to heal.
Again, let me pull this in close.
Uh-huh.
Natsupoi is the most evil bitch on the planet. I don't care if she cried.
Yeah, she cried her cry. She's
Those
good now.
tears are fuel. Those tears scare me.
Yes.
And Natsupoi scares me more than Siri, more than any female athlete.
She's terrifying.
She is a goddamn demon in that ring. And fairies, my friends, are not always good.
No.
Any kind of legend of a fairy, there's good stuff as long as they're getting what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they don't,
you better clutch your pearls.
Dude, hell hath no fury like a scorned fairy.
Oh my God. I just imagine like after she was crying, it's like a movie scene. She ran out in the rain. She like screamed at the sky, and then she's like been training the past few days to kick Tekla's ass.
I'm just telling you right now. I've seen Natsupoi destroy her best friend.
Yes.
To the point that it was disturbing for me to watch.
Uh-huh.
what's she going to do to someone she really, really is pissed at?
She put her heart out there to Tekla. She wanted to help Tekla.
Have we seen this?
She wanted to be friends again.
Have we seen this? We saw her with Tam. She loved Tam.
Yes.
Have we seen her? We've seen her with Soriano.
Yes. She loves Soriano.
She loves Soriano.
More than anyone. Have we seen her against someone who has betrayed her?
who she actually has personal beef with?
I mean, I think she loves Tekla, but
I don't think she does.
Tekla has crossed the line.
I think Tekla forced that love. I think Natsupoi, when she was in the ring going, oh, hey guys, I'm leaving this group. Oh, sorry, brunette girl that I barely know.
You think she never really loved her that much?
No.
Oh God, they're gonna hurt each other.
How do you love Tekla?
She's something with this attitude of hers.
You can be attracted to Tekla. You can like Tekla. You can be a fan of Tekla.
Right.
I'm a fan of Tekla.
Yes.
You can't love Tekla.
She makes it hard.
No, you can't love Tekla. You can't love Gay Kid.
Oh, they're such rascals.
Yes.
And these two are gonna beat the shit out of each other.
Yes.
And I'm scared to watch it, but also enthralled and ready to see it happen.
I'm gonna be so emotionally spent.
Oh my God, I know. How are we going to make it through the main event?
I wish they could put these 4 matches in intervals.
Just give us a little break.
They're going to do these in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be worth a crap by the main event.
No, it's 9 matches. There's a battle royal, and Dump Matsumoto's going to be there.
Every match is good.
Holy crap.
This
lineup on paper, insane.
Normal Stardom pay-per-view has 4 matches that I could throw away and 4 matches that I'm not going to be able to tell you about in 6 months.
Right.
But I love them.
Yes.
It's just
they're enjoyable.
They are what they are.
Yeah.
This isn't normal fare. This is way fair.
It's got just what you need.
It's just what we need. It's
amazing.
It is amazing.
This is like an AEW pay-per-view lineup.
Yeah.
Like every match you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and then you really wish that they were sporadically put out once every month.
And then you're watching and you can't breathe halfway through.
Yeah, you see highlights 2 years later going, did I see that match? Holy shit.
I blacked out at that.
I mean,
oh God, I think that's going to happen here and we're going to hate life and love it all at once.
Because we're just to the main event. And the main event's crazy
too. Tam Nakano and Suzu Suzuki have made it very clear that they do not like each other, and Suzu has this big chip on her shoulder that she has to prove to Tam that she is not a giver-upper or lukewarm water or any of that nonsense that she called her.
She has a chimp on her shoulder, and it's evil and it's scary and it could take over humanity someday, and I think it's going to eat us because, she's, again...
Tam's been poking the bear.
Again, that bear... You see it in your trash. It's kind of cute, right?
Right.
You're like, oh, look at that bear in my trash. And it's okay to stand at the window and take pictures, right?
Right.
What you don't do is go out to the bear and go, hey, bear, how's it going, you big, fairy, fat butt, whatever.
Yeah.
And
your face makes me want to barf, bear.
Yeah, stupid bear. Dumb bear.
Look at this teddy bear I got of you. Rip its head off.
Yeah. And that's what she's been doing. She's been ripping the teddy bear in front of the bear. And the bear,
Jesus.
The bear, again, like Natsupoi, I've seen the bear do bad things to the bear's friends. The other forest animals have not fared well.
No.
So what's going to happen when somebody walks in the forest?
Such a stranger that's calling the bear out.
Yeah. And you know what this bear has? What this woman has is the bear's honey.
Yeah.
Tam is holding the honey pot that the bear feels like, oh, that's mine.
Yes, but we can't forget who Tam Nakano is and what she's capable of.
That's true. She can protect that honey, can't she?
She's scary.
She's the queen bee.
Especially in a main event. Like, we saw what she did with Micah. We saw what she did to Natsukatora.
She's going to keep that.
Holy crap.
She's going to keep...
Susie's going to have a lot to prove.
She's going to take that honey. She's going to slap Tigger in the face. She's going to kick Christopher Robinson balls. I mean, this is going to be good.
Oh, jeez. I think Tam Nakano is going to keep the belt at the end of this match. But I don't think she's going to do it without like a limb hanging off or something. One of those knots on your head you get when you headbutt,
It's a Stardom main event.
Oh, God.
So there's going to
on a pay-per-view.
There's going to have to be false finishes.
Yes.
There's going to be have to be broken neck spots.
Yeah. Headbutts.
And there's going to have
diving.
to be 15 to 20 minutes of just pure brutality. So how do you solve a puzzle like Maria? I mean,
Do you think they go the full 30 minutes? I don't know. After 8 other matches, I don't think so.
I don't think they can.
I don't know if we could handle it. Any of us.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think that it goes 20 minutes and it's going to be great.
Yes.
And I think that Tam...
I feel like Tam's going to win. I think Tam Road is not done here. I don't think she's stopping at this point. Suzu's going to change Tam's mind about her, though, in this match.
Okay. I'm with you.
You are? Tam's going to win?
Tam's going to win.
Oh,
Matter of respect.
And at the end of the night, we're going to be exhausted emotionally.
We're going to be spent. I'm spent thinking about it.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's so much. And we're getting to the end of the year and we got to get through Tag League. I imagine we might find out the tag teams on this pay-per-view because it starts this month. Like, Tag League's happening in a matter of weeks. And then we have November and then we get to like Dream Queendom and all that. And it's just, and then Wrestle Kingdom week. It never ends. Never stops.
No off-season.
And I love it.
And it just gets awesome.
It does. But those are our picks for Nagoya Golden Fight. We're so excited to see this pay-per-view and then to come back here immediately following or maybe after some sleep, but as soon as possible afterwards to review it and give our match ratings and talk all about the craziness that's bound to happen in all the storylines and if any title changes happen. And we're going to be live tweeting during this pay-per-view because there's no way we miss a Stardom pay-per-view. We're going to watch it live. So make sure you're following us at Wrestling Is Her if you want to see our thoughts along the way of the pay-per-view.
God help us.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Wrestling Is Her. Subscribe to our YouTube at Wrestling Is Her. All the good things. Let us know what your thoughts are about what happened with Tekla and Clark Connors and this whole nonsense with Hazuki and Starlight Kid, all the things that have happened. We want to know your thoughts and your takes on it as well. And if you're excited about the pay-per-view, what you think is going to happen, let us know. But thank you so much for listening to this episode. I'm Raja. He's John. And we will see you next time on Wrestling Is Her.
Bye!